back at it again. And we've got one here talking about the Second Amendment. You know, something very, very important that I think needs to be put on Front Street a lot more. The Second Amendment protects all of our other amendments, right? All of our other rights. And, you know, obviously, if that's taken away, then we can really have some serious problems here in this country. But before we hop into that, if you guys would like to support me and this channel, go to DocRichClothing.com. Go and check out my merch. Released a few different designs, as well as there's all kinds of things on there. I mean, t-shirts, mugs, hats are coming. Okay, hats will be on the way. There's tank tops. There's all kinds of stuff. All right, go and check out DocRichClothing.com. Go and get some of that merch. All right, but anyway, let's dive in.
As of late, all of the politicians pushing for gun control and the anti-Second Amendment groups who support them are saying this.
Guns are the #1 killer of children in the United States of America.
The #1 cause of death of the children in America is gun violence.
The #1 killer of children under the
guns
age
are
of
the
18
#1
because guns are the #1 killer
in
of
America.
kids.
You see, these people are very cunning and very smart with their communication. They also understand if there is one universal truth, it's that when it comes to little kids, all bets are off. We do any and everything to protect them. So they know that when you hear guns are the #1 killer of children, it sounds terrifying because you imagine this means all of these little kids are being murdered by guns. That is until you realize that when they say kids, they mean anyone under the age of 20. And when they say killed, they're also including self-deletions and self-defense shootings by cops and civilians. You see, they all got this talking point from this letter put out by the New England Journal of Medicine. This letter used CDC homicide numbers to conclude that guns are the leading killer of kids and adolescents in the United States. But it defines children and adolescents as a person 1 to 19 years of age. Last I checked, an 18 and 19-year-old is an adult, not an adolescent or a child. And as the Crime Prevention Research Center so aptly puts it, their measure of defining children for everyone 19 and under is crucial because there's a lot of gang violence for 17, 18, and 19-year-olds. The notion that banning guns is going to stop this drug gang violence is simply not serious. You are going to be as successful in stopping gangs from getting guns as you are from stopping them from getting illegal drugs to sell. Defining children is as including people who are 18 and 19 has been a common approach by gun control advocates. It is common that 75 to 80% of firearm injuries for those under 20 involve 17, 18, and 19-year-olds. Then there's the issue including self-deletions in these.
I knew that number would be high for 17, 18, 19, but 75 to 80%. So yeah, that cuts that. Once you exclude 18 and 19, that cuts down that argument to basically nothing, and they can't use the #1 killer of kids. And when you take away the 18 and 19 numbers, you can have the 17. Take it, fine, right? Because 18 is an adult, so you can have that 17. But that 18, 19 is probably out of that 80%. I mean, 18 and 19 is probably 65 to 70% of that number. So you don't have a whole lot left with just 17. You've got nothing.
Then there's the issue including self-deletions in these numbers. There is no reason for self-deletion numbers to be included in this stat because in places where guns are banned, total self-deletion rates remain unchanged. People just simply change how they self-delete. But they want to keep those numbers in there because by excluding firearm self-deletions, it would reduce the number from CDC by 30 to 35%. Then there's the issue of using homicide numbers versus murder numbers. Homicides include murder plus self-defense shootings from cops and civilians. It is brutally deceptive to include self-defense shootings in a stat used to justify restricting guns that people use for self-defense. So you're wondering, what's the number difference when you account for all of the deceptive definitions I just mentioned? Well, if you use their inflated numbers in 2020 and 2021 for those under the age of 20, more of that age range died from guns versus car deaths, which is usually number one. However, When you account for just the age range, i.e. those under the age of 18, things change. And from 2019 to 2021, guns are not the highest killer of children and adolescents. So, the next time someone tries to use this soundbite in a conversation about guns,
guns are the number 1 killer of children in America.
Send them this video along with this t-shirt I'm wearing.
I definitely will, Colion. Hey, big shout out, big shout out to Colion Noir. I want to stop this clip and really give this man his flowers, because this guy is doing some fantastic work for the Second Amendment. Every single time I check out one of his videos, I walk away learning something new, right? He always comes. I mean, this guy is very, very knowledgeable on firearms. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible in his knowledge of the statistics surrounding them. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Shout out to Colion Noir. If you aren't subscribed to his YouTube channel, definitely do so. And yeah, listen, like he just said, the next time I get into a debate, which I don't think I've ever gotten into a debate with anyone regarding the Second Amendment and taking away firearms, honestly. No, I haven't. But if I ever do, I will definitely send them this clip. And I highly encourage y'all to do so too, because this debunks the entire thing. It literally takes away the entire narrative and throws it in the toilet. Just with taking out 18 and 19 alone, it drops off from number 1. That doesn't include taking off, pine boxing yourself, right? Or self-defense situations. That he didn't even include those two. He just took off 18, 19. And that already took it off of number 1. So yeah, man, incredible stuff. Incredible stuff.
Guns are common sense, because clearly people don't realize that common sense means good sense and sound judgment and practical matters. So if someone is trying to kill you or the people that you love, it's only common sense to have the most effective means to protect yourself from that threat. And the most effective way to do that is to have a gun you know how to use responsibly and effectively. Taking guns away from good people is the opposite of common sense.
Facts.
So head over to shop.mrcolionnoir.com and get yourself and that person a shirt, hat, or drinkware today. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my YouTube membership program. It has...
So yeah, man. Colion Noir really helping to defend the Second Amendment. And I watched, oh man, what's the guy's name? Crap. He was a sniper for, the armed services here in America, right? And he has like 30 or 40 something confirmed kills or something like that. Like confirmed. I mean, he said, he told a crazy story where he saw someone get hit by a 50 cal and like their upper body disappeared and their lower body took 2 more steps and then it fell. Like, I mean, sorry to be so vulgar, but like the stories from this guy are incredible. But he was asked, so how do you feel? And it's a black guy. This is the black guy, right? Forgive me, I can't remember his name right here at the moment. Some of you guys may recognize the stories that I'm talking about. But he was asked, so how do you feel about, firearms and them being so dangerous, and Joe Biden, trying to take away firearms, and we don't need, these firearms because we couldn't fight against the army either because we don't have F-16s and, fighter jets and whatnot. And the guy was like, neither did the Taliban. They had AKs and flip-flops and they kicked our ass. Neither did the Taliban. And it was funny because he was like, they had AKs and flip-flops and they kicked our behinds. And that's coming from someone who's actually been in the trenches, someone who's had bullets flying by them and sent them down range at people as well, and confirmed to have, did the deed. Okay, confirmed. Who knows about the unconfirmed, where you couldn't actually confirm it because of the situation and circumstances surrounding the situation. So like to hear someone who's actually been in that to say, yeah, we fought against people who only had AKs and flip flops. They didn't have F-16s and fighter jets and all this other fancy crap, but they were kicking our butts. And, he went on to say, talk about how basically nothing good ever happens after, guns are taken from citizens and things like that. And that really hit it home for me. Really hit it home. Like, Joe's never been in the trenches, okay? And a lot of these leftists who try to push that narrative have never seen a bullet, let alone have one whiz by their head, so they have no clue what they're talking about. And I think that, on top of this Colion Noir video, are two great clips to show folks when they start getting on this, get rid of the guns debate. Weapons of war. You can't fight against the government. You don't have any fighter jets. Well, here's a guy from the armed services who has over 30 confirmed kills. Listen to what he says. He's been there. The Taliban didn't have F-16s either. They had an AK and flip-flops. Come on, man. Come on. But, hey, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.